Michael. I did. We can bring her back.
Hello, horror family. Today, we are going to get into a new film by the Philippou brothers titled. If you are seeing this video before you have watched the movie, do not worry. I will start with a non-spoiler introduction/summary of the film, and will give you all a warning for when you should stop watching and buy a ticket to the next showing to watch the film. Bring Her Back is a movie that follows siblings, Andy and Piper. Andy, played by Billy Barrett, is the older, protective brother who helps his visually impaired sister, Piper, played by Sora Wong, maneuver through the cruel world they live in. Andy and Piper encounter a strange character, a person named Laura, played by Sally Hawkins, and they start to uncover just how strange and cruel the world can truly be. If you have not watched the film, now is the time to pause this video, subscribe and like, then get your tickets to the next showing. Now, let's get into the good stuff. Andy and Piper get home to find that their father has been in the shower with the door locked for some time. Panic takes the room, and Andy forces the door open to discover their father lying on the floor with vomit over his face. He is not breathing, and Piper urgently asks Andy what he is seeing, but Andy is standing in shock. Piper reaches down to feel her dad's face to understand what is going on. The two are taken from their home, as their mother is not in the picture, and are placed into a foster home. At first, Andy is told by the foster care case manager that the person who is looking to adopt them only wants one of them, and not both. Andy is adamant that if one of them is chosen, then both of them go. They are a package deal. Andy drives to their new foster mom's house, and we meet Laura in her big home in the middle of the woods. She yells for the kids to come on in, and she happily jumps to meet Piper, but is not nearly as excited about Andy being there. Andy notices the carpet is taped to the floor, and asks if Laura did this for Piper, but she responds, telling Andy that it was for her daughter, Kathy. She follows this up by explaining how Kathy has passed away, but she was also visually impaired. Piper then chimes in and asks, how did she die? Andy gives a nervous, Piper, but Laura calmly tells him that her daughter drowned in the pool.
How'd she die?
Piper.
She's okay. She drowned.
Then, they meet Oliver, played by Jonah Wren Phillips, who Laura refers to as Ollie. Ollie is outside in the pool holding Junkman, Laura's cat, as the cat violently shakes and screams to be let go. Laura takes Junkman from Ollie's hands and guides everyone into the house, explaining that the cat should not be let out, ever. Andy is weirded out by Ollie, and Piper asks Andy, what does he look like? Andy gives Piper a description of Ollie that does not match his appearance, then says that he is smiling at Piper. The camera turns to Ollie's expression, which is only a cold stare, and no smile is found. Laura notices this, and follows up on Andy's description by adding that the short-haired blonde Oliver has red hair, and it's really curly. The newly found family go through their ups and downs during the film, and Ollie's absurdness continues to grow. Laura's invasiveness and manipulation takes notice by Andy, as she invades his privacy, going through his phone and forcing Andy to tell Piper the truth when he lies to her. Andy also starts to hallucinate, and begins to see his father anytime he sees or hears a shower. I don't want to give away the whole film, but things spiral quickly, and the second half of the movie goes from 0 to 100. Again, if you have gotten this far into the video and have not seen the movie, then you should go and watch it as soon as you can. When I walked out of the theater after watching Bring Her Back, I felt disappointed.
Careful. Just take the fruit, Ollie.
I thought that while the film was good, I was expecting much more lore to be discussed in this film. The trailer really made you feel like something terrible was going to happen in this film. Most of the disturbing visuals from the trailer are from the tapes that Laura watches that guide her on how to summon a demon and bring back a deceased person. The children in the film did an amazing job with their roles, and it really felt like Andy and Piper were siblings, with amazing chemistry by Billy and Sora. Jonah also completely crushed his role as Ollie. In the brief moments where Ollie comes back to consciousness, he lets out a short crying cry of, "Where am I?" That makes you feel completely terrible for the situation he is put in. I also saw in an interview with the Philippou brothers that Jonah opted to do all of the scenes towards the end of the film himself. The film was a solid horror movie for me. It was quite sad, but I just kept feeling let down by the lack of context in what we were witnessing. I wanted to see more, to know more. Where did Laura get those tapes from? Who is the demon that Laura has placed into Ollie? What happened to Andy and Piper's mom? Will Ollie ever recover from this? I wanted to uncover more, and it felt like the film abruptly ends while most of what Laura had done was in vain. I felt this way until I remembered that the beginning of the film had a strange studio trailer with text that said, "This is not a cult." There was also a strange Russian website that was briefly shown in the tapes before the film started. I went to Reddit and looked at the mega thread for the film in the horror subreddit and found someone who copied the Russian website and shared it with everyone. Then my opinion for the film went from mediocre to absolute excellence. We are greeted with a message that states,
"This website is heavily monitored by those who blew. If you compromise the marketplace, you will be visited. No screenshots, no leaks. Expose at your own risk. Caution advised."
Oops. Well, shit. This website is a marketplace for paranormal auctions. The items in the auction vary from cursed toy dolls to alleged trapped souls. And when you open the link to one of those auctions, there are 3 categories after the post title: product info, return and refund policy, and shipping info. The return and shipping info both have the exact same description for all of them, and we'll show them here, but the product info category has a different description for each one.
I hope I haven't lost you yet. We're about to get into why this website changed my opinion for... When we visit the listing for Cursed Tape Tari Resurrection tapes, we see the description states, step-by-step instructions, no more than 12 months deceased, summon at your own risk. Partial consumption can result in soul manifestation. Through the host, the deceased can speak, walk. Now doesn't that sound familiar? That sounds like what we see Laura going through and bring her back. She starves Ollie and tells him he has to wait a little longer to eat. We also see the statement of partial consumption can result in soul manifestation in action in the film, since Laura gives Ollie a piece of Andy's father's hair that she cut when they visited his viewing. Then he imitates Andy's father, terrorizing him in the scene where Andy takes a shower. But it gets even better. Under the listing, we see one commenter who goes by the name Pom Pom. Pom Pom is asking some very familiar questions. It goes,
How long can I keep Tari for?
You really should starve the host for 3 days before summoning, and then you should do it straight away.
I've summoned it, but not sure if done right. Not sure if I want to do it.
Don't mess with it. You're either doing it or not.
I can just tell this is the woman Empress sent.
Who's Empress?
She does tarots and stuff, and medium crap and Oz.
She does live streams and actually bleeds and stuff. It's legit for real.
This is the second normie she's pushed onto the site. Someone ban her.
How long does it need to spend with the old body?
A couple of hours is fine.
A couple of hours at night, or...
Don't keep it summoned for long.
If you can't do it straight away, in a couple of hours, at least within 24 hours is okay.
The longer you keep it, the angrier, hungrier it will get.
I need to leave the host at home for a couple of hours. How do I keep it subdued?
Try like 10 waning crescent movements, but only anti-clockwise. That should keep it still for a bit.
It smashed its way out, but have locked it away upstairs with reinforced glass in that room.
So let's take a step back. If we think back to the scene where Andy and Piper first meet Laura, we see her introduce them to her taxidermied pet Pomeranian. And guess what she tells the kids the name of her dog is? That's right, Pom Pom. This confirms the connection between the film and the website, and also confirms that Pom Pom is in fact Laura. What excites me most is that this website's comments are in parallel with the timeline of the film. We know that in the moments where Pom Pom explains that she has locked away the host, and when the host has broken out of confinement, we see these moments in the film where Laura locks Ollie in her room with large windows. While this addition to the film is pretty incredible and elevates the experience quite a bit more, there is another addition that really tops it all off. If we scroll to the very bottom of the website, we see the link for listings in 3 categories: item, tape, and wanted. If we go to the last category and select the link for demonic embalmed hand, we see something very familiar. In the listing for the embalmed hand, we see a listing for a bidding on tapes recorded by a small band who are toying with the white hand covered in names and wording. The post states that they are in search of the hand itself, but is willing to sell the tapes the band recorded, where one member becomes possessed. The hand in the listing is the same hand that is used in the previous Philippou brothers film, Talk to Me. The details connects Bring Her Back's universe to Talk to Me. Currently, there are other sites and videos that play a role in this ARG, or augmented reality game, that the brothers have stated they are currently working on in between press interviews. This channel is mainly for horror cinema, so if you're interested in participating in the ARG, I recommend you visit Steve Mysteries or glitchwitch.jpg to catch up on the current findings. I will also link the Discord channel where we are all brainstorming with others to uncover more behind the Philippou brothers' horror universe. Thanks for staying this far into the video. I'll see you next time.